True beauty is measured by the number of pearls within you, not those around your neck. The job of feats is walking, but their hobby is dancing. Rejection should be a means of improvement and not a way to feel dejected. As soon as you trust yourself, you will know how to live. Sometimes bad things have to happen before good things can. Who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the present controls the past. If you derive joy in destroying others, you won't go far in life. You are not just for the right or left, but for what is right over the wrong. The truth is messy. It's raw and uncomfortable. You can't blame people for preferring lies. When you go down in flames, let it be a blaze that illuminates your path forward, guiding you towards a new beginning. Parents can only give good advice or put them on the right paths, but the final forming of a person's character lies in their own hands. And there are really never endings, happy or otherwise. Nothing can now be believed which is seen in a newspaper. Truth itself becomes suspicious by being put into that polluted vehicle. My eyes were glued on life and they were full of tears. You don't get to pick where you're from, but you always have control of where you're going. The truth isn't always beauty, but the hunger for it is. I have always thought that all philosophical debates are ultimately between the partisans of structure and the partisans of goo. Martha, truth or illusion? George, you don't know the difference. George, no, but we must carry on as though we did. Martha, amen. The fossil record implies trial and error, the inability to anticipate the future, features inconsistent with a great designer. Don't believe what your eyes are telling you. All they show is limitation. Look with your understanding. One day can change your life. One day can ruin your life. All life is 3 or 4 big days that change everything. If you can't impress them with your argument, impress them with your actions. If a man will begin with certainties, he shall end in doubts. But if he will be content to begin with doubts, he shall end in certainties. Truth is as straight as an arrow, while a lie swivels like a snake. Better to get hurt by the truth than comforted with a lie. You owe no one explanation of what you do, especially those who ask not to help but to judge you. If you start with nothing and end up with nothing, there's nothing lost. Find the things that matter, and hold on to them, and fight for them, and refuse to let them go. Success to me is being happy, truly fulfilled, being proud of myself, and doing different things all the time. When you take control of your attitude, you take control of your life. The more you believed in yourself, the more you could trust yourself. The more you trust yourself, the less you compare yourself to others. Judge your success by what you had to give up in order to get it. Simple the life, simpler will be your instincts. The laws that govern universe will obey your simplicity. If you remember me, then I don't care if everyone else forgets. Happiness does not come from without, it comes from within. Just one small positive thought in the morning can change your whole day. You never know when the truth will come home. You can't choose the time. The time chooses you. Your conscience is the measure of the honesty of your selfishness. Listen to it carefully. My body is my journal, and my tattoos are my story. Feeling beautiful has nothing to do with what you look like, I promise. It takes no more time to see the good side of life than to see the bad. Liberty without learning is always in peril, and learning without liberty is always in vain. Sometimes the best of God's gifts arrive by the shattering of all the window panes. To succeed, you must reach for the stars and let your imagination find its own path. We know everything, we just haven't thought of it yet. You can't understand where someone's going unless you understand where they've been. The more you talk about them, the more important they will feel. The more you listen to them, the more important you will make them feel. Because if you found meaning in your life, you don't want to go back. You want to go forward. Believe there is a great power silently working all things for good. Behave yourself and never mind the rest. A clown on a throne is still a clown. A king in rags is still a king. They will envy you for your success, your wealth, for your intelligence, for your looks, for your status, but rarely for your wisdom. Creativity flows when the mind is light. Be light and ignite your imagination. The smallest act of kindness makes you more beautiful than any expensive dress or makeup. People don't always want to be with people. It gets tiring. Sometimes you get pushed out not because you're not worth it. You are worth more. The trouble is you can shut your eyes, but you can't shut your mind. They're just words, and words alone don't really mean anything. It's what you feel and what you believe when you say them that matter. It doesn't matter where your journey begins, so long as you begin it. Don't be afraid of your fears. They're not there to scare you. They're there to let you know that something is worth it. Whatever stories we make up about ourselves, others will tell a different one. When it resonates and you feel it, then it was meant for you. Writing fiction is the act of weaving a series of lies to arrive at a greater truth. In nature, everything is interconnected and woven together in a delicate dance of harmony and balance. I never approve or disapprove of anything now. It is an absurd attitude to take towards life. Actions defined a man. Words were a fart in the wind. What the society thinks is of no interest to me. All that's important is how I see myself. I know who I am. I know the value of my work. Never underestimate the power you have to take your life in a new direction. He who speaks without modesty will find it difficult to make his words good. Learn everything you can, anytime you can, from anyone you can. There will always come a time when you will be grateful you did. We are alone. Live our lives, lacking anything better to do. Devise reason later. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Don't set your goals by what other people deem important. The storm stops at the door. Love reigns, peace dwells. We cannot change what we are not aware of, and once we are aware, we cannot help but change. Life always involves some logic in its manifestations, and logic, as a rule, excludes the versatility of life from its considerations. I am the truth, since I am part of what is real, but neither more nor less than those around me. If we will be quiet and ready enough, we shall find compensation in every disappointment. The worst thing, he told me, is bitterness. People end up bitter. Those who wish to market their good deeds must do well to place their bad deeds on the shelf too. Truth has a resonance to it that fills the cracks where falsehoods lie. A daily dose of daydreaming heals the heart, soothes the soul, and strengthens the imagination. If you don't care for obscenity, you don't care for the truth. If you don't care for the truth, watch how you vote. Common man's patience will bring him more happiness than common man's power. You need to have faith in yourself. Be brave and take risks. You don't have to have it all figured out to move forward. Keep your friends for friendship, but work with the skilled and competent. You endure what is unbearable and you bear it. That is all. Yet, even amidst the hatred and carnage, life is still worth living. It is possible for wonderful encounters and beautiful things to exist. You can't be brave if you've only had wonderful things happen to you. Cut not the wings of your dreams, for they are the heartbeat and the freedom of your soul. There isn't enough of anything as long as we live, but at intervals a sweetness appears and, given a chance, prevails. Happiness is part of who we are. Joy is the feeling. We are the sum of all people we have ever met. You change the tribe, and the tribe changes you. The only thing that can grow is the thing you give energy to. The desire to die was my one and only concern. To it I have sacrificed everything, even death. Do not fear to be eccentric in opinion, for every opinion now accepted was once eccentric. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. If your feet are firmly planted on the ground, you'll never be able to dance. Live to revel in just another twilight. Life may sink and disappear along with the sunset, never to rise again. Most everything you think you know about me is nothing more than memories. Behind all seen things lies something vaster. Everything is but a path, a portal or a window opening on something other than itself.